How do I, 28F, tell my parents, 60M and F, the details of my relationship ending? I was in a relationship with my ex, 28M, for over 7 years. He had proposed and we were going to be married soon once the pandemic situation had calmed down and it was safe to have a wedding with our elders present. I live in India, and a joint family is very common here. That is, a husband and wife living with the husband's parents and other family members of his, such as Bill and Bill's wife, etc. I have always hated the idea, and ever since I graduated I had been living with my ex. I had made my views on the whole joint family system clear from the very beginning of our relationship and multiple times through it. He agreed with me and assured me that he wanted to live independently as well. After he proposed, he expected me to uproot my life and move to another state to live with his parents and other extended family. Nobody saw anything wrong in that, as his parents are rather affluent and I would have a comfortable life. After deliberation, I decided to end things as it felt like a huge betrayal, given how I had made my views clear on various occasions. As soon as I broke up, he behaved in an absolutely atrocious manner. He insulted me, questioned my sexual history, fidelity, I have never cheated and was always respectful and loyal, and even my occupation. He was always salty about how I earned slightly more than him. He then proceeded to kick me out of his house. Luckily, I do very well as a small firm owner and had adequate savings to be able to find another place without any issues. He also didn't allow me to visit our cat who died last month. Cat died of natural causes, I am sure of that. Since my parents live in the same city as us, he used to meet them quite often, take care of them, and they basically considered him a son. Right from college till our breakup, they really love him and were quite shocked to hear the news of our breakup. I left out all the gnarly details of how he treated me, as I felt that my parents would be unduly hurt to hear about them. Unknown to me, he has continued to stay in touch with my parents and spew venom about me going on dates with other men and rejecting him simply because he wanted to take care of his aging parents. They have a whole network of relatives, butlers, etc. to take care of them and are in perfect health. My parents were anyways okay with the joint family system. Again, it is common in my country, and were upset with me for breaking up with him over this. Since he has escalated things, I feel I must tell my parents of his behavior with me and his double standards. My only question is, how do I do that? They love him and he still continues to do a lot for them. He recently lost his job and has been taking a lot of care of them. I feel that he is only taking care to get back at me, but I may be wrong. Should I just let their relationship be, or should I tell them all the details? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. TL, Doctor, I and my ex broke up due to differences in living arrangements post-marriage. After the breakup he treated me horribly but is very good to my parents who are unaware of all the details. He constantly tells him details about my life and lies about our breakup. Should I tell my parents the details? If I should, how? Your situation is similar to people who don't want to reveal the truth about why they break up, whereas the other person is totally going around spewing out untruths about the situation. Because the people around him only get his side of the story, it continues to paint you in a bad light, but you're wondering why your friends and family aren't coming to support you. There is no reason to not tell the truth in this situation. I know it's a country where people might still take his side anyway after knowing the truth, but at least you did your due diligence of getting your side out there. I don't understand why protect him when he showed his true nature. He probably wanted to change everything about her once they got married, starting from job, friends and even contacting the family. I would tell them. It's the only way they'll understand and see his true colors, and how manipulative and vindictive he's being. If you don't feel comfortable telling them face to face / in person, maybe write them a letter. And I'm sorry to hear about your cat frown. Thank you for your advice. I miss my cat a lot, but calmly lived a long happy life and went away peacefully. Okay, so I don't know how Indian society works. I'm from South America, so I know some sexist family tropes for sure, but still, this is how I would handle old-fashioned family members that I have to treat like irrational actors anyway. It sounds like taking him off the pedestal that your parents have him on would be in first order. You have to do that to keep him from doing further damage. and it's their pedestal rather than yours that he has to be dislodged from, so speak their language. What would work there? Would telling them details like his envy of your money work? Yeah, that's deliberately emasculating him in this context, but he's definitely doing you dirty. This clearly isn't part of your mindset because you clearly want to have your own autonomy and have a partner that provides good companionship to you. But it looks like your parents have a more old-fashioned outlook. Could exploit that and tell them not to worry, that you'll get yourself a better man in the future, by the standards they may want to hear, like family prestige or whatever. You know what would get buy-in from them. Tell them what they want to hear. Don't tell a lie, just use his shortcomings and play up the greatness of the next Ubermensch that will elevate you in their eyes just from being around you, and then pretend that wasn't a thing. Yes, you should tell your parents all details, and preferably with proof such as text messages. He is trying to rob you of your parents, don't let him. Thank you, that is exactly how it feels, that he's trying to take away my support system. Parents and ex-lovers shouldn't be mingling. You don't want him to turn them against you. Tell them everything. Hopefully they believe their own daughter. They will believe me, I am sure of that. We have more of a I don't understand you but I support and love you kind of relationship. The issue is he is the son they never had. He takes really good care of them. Not that I haven't tried, but it's somehow just not good enough, and has a lot of time to be available for them. Me telling them might deprive them of their son. I, 24F, have betrayed my boyfriend's, 24M, trust by looking at his texts. How can I repair this? I live with my boyfriend, and his laptop was the only one that connects to our printer. One day while he was out I tried to print something from his laptop, but was immediately met with a bunch of iMessage notifications from his ex-girlfriend. I was under the impression that they no longer spoke, so even though I knew that I shouldn't look, I did. Messages were very friendly, not necessarily inappropriate but far more intimate than I would have expected, based on the disdainful way he talks about her. I was very hurt by this, so when he came home I asked, do you still talk to _? And he was like, not really, only about technical stuff, details about their old flat and pet insurance payments. I knew that this wasn't true, and I accused him of lying to me. He kept denying, until finally I told him that I had seen the messages. He got very angry at me for looking at his texts, saying that I've betrayed his trust, that I had tried to trap him in a lie, and now our relationship is forever changed. I know that I shouldn't have done what I did. I should have been upfront and told him that I saw the messages come through on his laptop, and I regret that. I've expressed this regret to him, but he is still upset with me and slept on the couch last night and wants space from me today. I am extremely mad at myself and simultaneously hurt by his dishonesty. I do not want this relationship to end. It is very serious and I love him deeply. Being locked in together during this pandemic has been a strain on us, and I just want us to be able to make it until things get less restricted in the summertime. How can I help build trust back between us again? Any advice would be appreciated, thank you. You didn't trap him to lie. He chose to lie. He could have been honest. How upset are you that he still talks to her versus him lying about how he talks to her? You don't deserve trust if you're going to lie until you're caught. You deserve trust because you're honest about stuff. Why is lying about how he talks to her? That's what would be in my head now. Had he said yeah we still talk sometimes, that would be it. I might be uncomfortable but no big deal. He lied, now it's a big deal. Don't let him guilt you into letting go and forgiving because you shouldn't have looked, he shouldn't have lied. Don't repair it, let him repair it. And now our relationship is forever changed. Honey, that ain't on you. He changed the relationship / with his shifty behavior and lies. He wants you to take the fall, don't. Look, I understand you don't want me going through your stuff, but maybe I don't want you texting your ex-girlfriend and not telling me about it, so that I have to wonder what is going on. So how about we bury the hatchet and work on us both trusting each other? You're not the only one disappointed here. Edit, a word. Thanks for the awards, friends. He is not innocent in this and he is trying to manipulate you into taking all the blame. Wait, he lied and you're apologizing? Fuck this man. Wait, so you realized he was talking to his ex when you were under the impression they did not speak? Then when you confronted him he outright lied and said he didn't really talk to her, and now you are apologizing and feeling guilty and trying to figure out how to fix this. I mean, sounds to me like he got caught being shady/lying and is deflecting by focusing on what you did in the hopes that it will detract from his violation of trust. Has he even apologized to you, or acknowledged what he was doing? Honestly, I went through something like this with my partner and it was not pretty. I became more and more obsessed with checking his phone and he became more and more withdrawn without ever acknowledging what was making me insecure in the first place, chatting up a female coworker. We were pretty toxic about it on and off for a year or so before we did couples counseling. Having someone referee so he couldn't deflect really made a difference. So that would be my advice. But seriously, he did something wrong. Even if these messages were innocent, he lied. You apologized. He can either accept your apology and address his behavior, or he can decide not to forgive you and end the relationship. But what he can't do is make you into the only bad guy here. It's very manipulative. He is straight up gaslighting her when he's in the wrong here, not up. This was the last straw. My daughter 15 is being sent to her dad's house tomorrow night. Need help on how to fully forgive and to tell her without showing my visible anger. Extremely angry and hurt right now. I do not like showing people this side of me and I'm trying to calm down. I do not want to yell. She stole my debit card and spent hundreds of dollars with friends because she knows I don't get notifications on that card. Confiscated hers after she used it on a puff bar. Very hurt. The kind of hurt when you don't want to talk out loud. I am doing everything I can right now. All she had to do was try with me. Take the bus and go to counseling. I advised her to get the help she needed. Enrolled, but she didn't take the bus. I can no longer afford to take care of her myself. I said no sneaking out, stop skipping school, and stop shoplifting. I can't have all eyes on deck 24/7. I work endlessly. I can't stop working just to go to her school and have a meeting. My job, our support system is on the line. Told her dad last time and we both agreed. She knows how her dad is. You think going 2,000 miles away would make her stop? Nope. Picked up with it again when she thought I wasn't looking. Had to have the bank call me. You would think it was a stranger, but once you look at the location where all of this was purchased, it was sad. I didn't want to believe it. Sure enough, I go in her room and the bags from the stores where my card was used was in my card right under her pillow. The receipts on the floor. I just got off the phone with her dad and he's planning to book a ticket for tomorrow night so she doesn't leave. His sister can come out here since she isn't staying too far away to escort her to the house. I told her that it wasn't going to be like this anymore. I warned her that drastic measures will occur. I told her that she'll have to go with her dad. I tried what I could. It's been constant turmoil. How do you fully forgive somebody who would steal from you and constantly hurt you? Constant turmoil. I tried to be there for her and send her to counseling and those programs where they help you. Trying to speak with her, figure out what's wrong. I have other kids, twins 12, staying with their dad because of school. My children are the world to me, but what I feel right now isn't describable. She should be getting back at 6. I took off work for these 2 days to monitor her. Yeah, eventful day. Edit, she just left about 30 minutes ago. It was a painful but needed send-off. Her aunt is driving her to the airport as I'm typing this. Her dad will call me when she gets in and she starts her new school on Tuesday. Thank you to everyone who helped. Even if I didn't reply to your comment, I saw it and appreciated it, good or bad. She was mad, but I stood my ground because I warned her already. I know this is for the best.